Guys, welcome to another episode of NFT Live. Welcome in, welcome in. I've got to quickly shut this door real quick. That's one thing I didn't do. So we are getting started here. I appreciate you guys falling into the channel. Thank you. Guys, this is the second episode ever, so there's kinks and bruises to be worked out here, but I appreciate you guys joining me. NFTLive is going to be one of the places that you can come, one of the best places that you can come for NFT content. You know, I look out there kind of in the NFT landscape right now. There's not much video content being put out on a weekly basis that kind of brings you all the NFT news. So that's what I'm here for. I am coming to you live. I'm doing a GPK giveaway. I know you guys are here for my content, but some of you are here for the TigerKing giveaway. That was absolutely phenomenal, man. We have a lot of stories to kind of get to from that. We've got some people in the chat. I want to shout out real quick. We've got Seth Grave. We've got Sarth. We've got Martin. We've got Brandon. So we got a ton of people in the chat right now that I appreciate joining us. Guys, we're going to touch on a couple things today. We've got obviously that GPK giveaway that we're going to get to in Wax. I'm going to talk a little bit of Animoca Brands, kind of a partnership that they announced with WWE and the company that they had acquired a little bit ago, as well as Chronicles, a game that I'm not too familiar with, but it looks like Ubisoft is taking a big stake in that company and kind of maybe not physical stake, but they're taking a partnership stake or taking, you know, a relationship stake in that game specifically. So they also had a pre-sale that went live a little while ago and sold out relatively quickly, which, you know, tends to happen there in the NFT space as we look across the ecosystem right now. And then we've got fractional ownership of NFTs and kind of what I think that means for the rest of the community. So again, shout out to the rest of the guys that are in the chat right now, guys and girls, lads and ladies. I appreciate you guys stopping by. So we're gonna get to this, man. I've got two GPK giveaways to do so right now. So we're gonna get right to it. There, as you can see, I'm on collectibles. You know, actually, let's start with Wax, man. Let's start with Wax. So Wax announced, obviously, their partnership with Topps. They've been putting out these GPK giveaways. I've got a couple articles up here, but basically, they had this sale that raised around 200K on, I believe, Monday. So they had this sale on Monday. Let me see if I can get to it really quick. They raised about $200,000. Yeah, Twitter hacks have been pretty big. We can touch on that there in a second. So $204,000, 67 minutes. So guys, the way this worked out, and some of you are coming from the GPK Telegram group, so I want to hear kind of your experiences with this sale. But the way it worked out is they dropped the, you know, sardine oil or whatever password it was that they dropped before the sale even went live to the public. So if you were in this Telegram group, which they announced, you could definitely Dimitri's in the chat. How do I 5x on NFTs? I'm about to tell you how, man. I guess the sale went live, right? They dropped the password in the Telegram, so you essentially had the site up, Topps GPK, whatever have you. You typed in the password that you got from Telegram. You rushed into where they were selling mega packs and standard packs, and you tried to buy them as quickly as possible. And there's a minting process that we can get into there too, for those of you, you know, that are familiar but not familiar as well. Basically what happened, guys, is people got upset. And this kind of takes me back. I know Dimitri's in the channel. So back when we worked at ICO Alert, we saw a ton of ICOs come through, and it was the same process, right? They would have this huge sale. They would start it. They would set the timer. We're going to start in 30 minutes, right? Like we've been planning this for months and months and months. Timer starts. ICO starts. People start to, you know, put in their gas fees, whatever, how much, you know, ETH they're going to put for the token. And eventually some people would not get the tokens. The sale would sell out and people would be upset. So this is not a new issue. I think obviously, like, people were in the Telegram group kind of flaming the team. There were a ton of different, you know, people that were making a ruckus, and I'm sure some people in the channel right now maybe didn't get all the NFTs that they expected. But I do want to hear what you guys have to say about this, because it's definitely a good process. From my point of view, guys, I really think this was a good sale. I know that I've debated, on and off here on Twitter. I could pull up something real quick that I was able to tweet out. So it looks like this one, right? So I basically said, 7,000 mega packs sold out. It took about 20 minutes, and then standard packs probably another 40 minutes to sell out. They were immediately kind of retailing at $40, and then I think I've got some photos in here of $80. Rob Fins from NFT Alert, we're in a group together, and he was able to sell out for sell those mega packs for, I think it was around $100, which I think was the top. So congrats, Rob, on that one. But they eventually kind of settled, and they're still kind of trading between 50 and 60 on this website here, Collectibles. So Saeed Jeffrey is a really good developer. He works for Blocks.io. He was, if you guys have been in the ecosystem, he was the developer that won the 300K Ethereum virtual machine within an EOS contract. That was that guy. So Collectibles is a website that kind of shows you a marketplace for all these GPKs. There's definitely a ton of different features. One of the real things that has kind of been an emergent problem that's come out of this for the GPK team is they kind of set up this marketplace, GPK Market, I believe it is. Let me see if I can find it. This might be it. It might not. No, let me see. If you guys have any other sources of info for me, because right now I'm using Play to Earn for most of my news. But back to the story. So Garbage Pail Kids kind of set up this marketplace, and Saeed's actually is better. So just from like a user interface issue, nothing against the team. Like I said, super successful raise, but Saeed's is 100% more slick. It gives more features. It's just easier to kind of buy and sell these cards. So if you guys can look here, immediately upon buying, you can go to your inventory and check what you have out. Now I have 0 assets in the inventory right now because most of my stuff is being traded, and I'll go through that there in a second. So back to the story that we were on, like they sold out, right? They raised around 200K. People are upset. But if you did end up getting in, obviously you were rewarded for that. I think I sold my 1 mega pack for $60. I bought 3 in total. I should have bought more. And we are continuously seeing, which I'll get to in a second, kind of a increase in valuation for a lot of the cards, especially lower mints. And I want to get your guys's, I'm going to get to the comments here in a second, but I want to get to your ideas on how you value some of these GPK cards. At first I was kind of just setting up the auction, seeing how many people would bid, but I heard from Saeed that he was going to actually take off the auction item or the auction feature essentially for collectibles, because it didn't get much interest. People kind of just want to max buy and not do the bidding process. So, I'll show you here in a second what I was able to do. Again, I bought 3 packs. I'll get to the giveaway here in a second, guys. It's one of the low mints. I bought 3 packs. I opened 2 immediately because the way the minting process works, which is another point of contention, the quicker you buy these mints, or the quicker you buy these packs and you open them, the lower the mints. So I certainly wasn't the first one to do so, but as you can see here, there's features here, and these are some of the cards that were in my pack that I have already sold. So I was able to, again, rush in. I was one of the lucky ones, it looks like, to not have any problems with credit cards. There was like credit card processing problems. Again, I don't know how true some of that is. I'm sure some of you out there, did have credit card problems, but a lot of times people will come back if they didn't get mega packs in time or they didn't get standard packs in time. They'll come back and say, oh, my gas issues. Obviously that's an ICO issue, but for this, it was credit cards. It was synonymous. So, so these were some of the cards that I sold. Obviously, you see some in here. This is the mint, obviously, if you're not familiar. And basically, you have 20s out of 1900. This right number here continuously goes up as people bring open more packs, but obviously this number stays the same. So let me get to some of the comments real quick, guys, because I appreciate you guys filling in the channel here. Again, I want to shout out to the lads community, guys. Is the community that kind of props up and helps support everything we're building at Layer 1. We've got Dimitri, who's in the channel. He does TA for different altcoins as well as Bitcoin and Ethereum. on Tuesdays and Fridays. We've got NFTLive, where we cover kind of broad crypto news, not NFT news, but we cover broad crypto news on Mondays with the whole team at Layer 1, and then we do interviews with some of the best minds in the space, certainly some NFTs. We had an interview with Yat Sui, who's the head of Animoca Brands. We had Jiho on from Axie. That's all in our channel if you guys want to check it out. So, all right, comments, guys. I said I would. We've got Richard Decker. He says, hello. Sarth says, Twitter hacks was huge. Yep. Dimitri's talking about 5x on NFTs. I'll show you how. No, not investment advice. Steph says it was a good sale, but the process was a little off. True. EOSTR, hello. It is so good. Collections, NFTs. Yes, I agree. The website is not from the team. It's community run. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, collectibles is better. The old GPK website was better too. I bought some collection, but system did some errors. So we got a ton of comments, guys. Seth is again in here saying I was able to get the lowest price on the auction, the 10% increase because the next bid to be higher than buy now. So definitely a lot of issues. It looks like people are coming in and talking about this credit card problem too. So I'm going to shout out any observation here. He says the main issue with the sale was that the queue between credit card payments and the blockchain pack issuing was processing orders too slow. Okay, that makes sense. So basically what you guys had here is the front end showing how many packs were available. The blockchain maybe was a little slow with processing, or maybe there was the credit card info, but basically when it would say 500 packs available, really there were no packs available because that stuff was in the queue. So that was kind of the issue there. So I got these low mints, guys, and these are some of the sales that I've made so far. I think my biggest sale up to this point probably was a Carol Baskin. So Cool Cat Carol here netted me a whopping $24.50 wax. That's about $136 at the current price. So definitely cool. I think honestly the way I look at these packs is I'm looking to open the packs as quick as possible. If I don't get in, maybe I'm like at work or I'm with the kids or what have you. I think maybe buying early mints might be the play, because buying packs, certainly there are collector's editions, yada yada yada, that are going to come from these packs still. But if you open the packs now, that you're guaranteed not to get a good mint, right? And people value, it seems, to these minting parts. So these are some of the sales. All right, you guys have waited long enough. I'm gonna drop 2 different garbage pail kids within the episode. So I'm gonna drop one right now. You guys have honestly been waiting. This is what I need from you guys though. I'm gonna drop my Twitter. You gotta follow me on Twitter. You've got to comment here in the channel. I'll drop it here currently, but if you follow my Twitter and then you leave a comment, I'm basically going to choose randomly who can get one of these cards. So I'm going to drop it here in the chat. See if we can't find it here. All right. Anyways, Dimitri, can you drop that for me, man? I appreciate it if you could. Basically what we're going to do, guys, is you're going to tell me out of my listings here which one I should drop. Now, I'm not giving away the I think I got one toxic exotic here that's 133. If anything over $50, guys, I'm not giving it away, but I'm going to show you some of my lower mints here that are worth 11, 15, maybe even $30. Which one should I give away? I would love to get your guys' comments on what that is. I'm going to drop in the chat here. I'm going to find the correct link for you guys. And then I'm going to go away. So I've got the garbage pail kids up there, guys. Go ahead and tell me which one you would like to follow or you would like to get, and then I'll drop it to the community. So I need that from you guys right now. There's my link. Which one am I giving to you guys? And then I'm going to choose a random person to do this giveaway. So I've got it here. I've got Toxic Exotic. I got Humiliated Howard. I don't know where they come up with these names. Roasted Rick. Don't Vote Dial. So I've got a ton up here that that are ready to be given away. Again, I think I'm gonna keep some of these that are maybe a little bit more. I like you guys for coming to the channel, lads. I love you guys, but I don't think I'm giving away any of the big boys yet. So I've got one comment. I've got Jazzy Joe. Where's Jazzy Joe at? Let's see. All right, I got Jazzy Joe here. Mint 11 out of 610. He's a Prism. $30. I could do that. Okay, I could do that. So this is what I got. I'm going to cancel this listing here. He's going to go into my inventory. I've got another comment for Jazzy Joe. All right, so this is what's going to happen, guys. I've got Jazzy Joe here. He's sitting in my inventory. All I have to do is go onto the, my Wax wallet and be able to send Jazzy Joe. Oh, I got a roasted brick. Let's see, roasted brick. So I'm going to give it away 2, guys. So not all is going to be sent right now, but I could definitely do maybe a roasted brick at the end of the episode. Guys, you want these prisms? Come on now. Come on, man. Leave me some more here. I might have to go with a base. You already got my prism. I'm giving away Jazzy Joe here. That's a prism. I don't know if I could give away roasted brick. I like roasted brick. I like that little animation. So I've got my sales. No, my sales. I'm going back to my inventory. Sorry. All right, Jazzy Joe's here. Make sure you follow my Twitter, and let's see if I can give away something right now. So this is basically the way this is going to work, guys. I followed Crypto Pickle the other day. He did a GPK giveaway. You're basically going to say Layer 1 is awesome in the chat right now, and I'm going to pick randomly. Whoever says Layer 1 is awesome in the chat, I'm going to pick randomly, and then I'm going to give away this Jazzy Joe prism. So I could send NFTs through collectibles. I'm going to find that while you guys do that. Any observation, you might have to tell me exactly where I go to send this. Guys, I might have to not do the giveaway if I can't find where to send it to you. Okay, we got Layer 1 is awesome coming through. I appreciate that. Layer 1 is awesome is taking over the chat. I don't even know how I'm going to make the pick here. I really don't. Dimitri says Layer 1 is nice. I don't know about that one. You're probably out of the giveaway now, Dimitri. Send by marking one card, bottom of the page, you got the transfer. Okay. Transfer 1 item. There it is. Okay. All right, I'm just going to pick one random. Yeah, I got it. I appreciate it, man. Thanks. I think there's a lag here. Listen, Seth Grave was in here first, so I think I'm gonna have to give it to Seth Grave. They were the first one. He or she was the first one into the channel. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Seth Grave. Seth, send over your wax. Guys, we have one more giveaway, by the way. So I'm going to do one more. You guys are going to pick a base card, not a prism. You guys are literally robbing me here. Unfollowed your Twitter. All right, I'm giving this to you, Seth. So send over your wax account, and I will get that sent. I think there's definitely a ton of more conversation to be had on the rest of the sale, right? Like, my thought process here is it was a successful sale. The point of a sale is to sell, and they did so. But I also think there was a comment earlier that said something about a process being, the problem. I think that's true as well. I think what they did was not be able to handle the demand of what actually happened. I think there were a ton of people even before the community, or I guess there were a ton of people in the community before that were upset about the amount of supply that was going to be dropped. They thought maybe, it was like whatever X times the supply of the last sale from the Series 1. And then literally 2 hours later, you have people complaining that they couldn't get in. Understandable. Again, we went over that. But they had the demand. They weren't able to handle the process. I think it was a successful sale, but they need to handle the processing a little bit better. I think there's some things we could talk about here, so I want to get your comments. It looks like Any Observation says he has a video explaining the full details. Talked to the Wax team, bought pack, but didn't get one. Yeah, that was the comment. Bought pack, didn't get one. That actually happened with me, but I was already, I already had 3 cards. I wasn't that upset. I saw that it didn't get charged to my card. So the idea here again, guys, is they can handle this so much better the next time around by a couple of different things. One, I think they should limit the amount of cards purchased per account. I think so many people have said that, and I think that's true, right? I think if you can limit the amount of cards per wallet, you don't have this spam of a lot of the whaling that does go on in the NFT space. It's a little bit more democratic. yada, yada, yada. So I think that overall is the biggest thing I would like to see change from this sale to the next. Guys, we've still got this GPK card to give away. Let me see if I can't bring this over. So I'm gonna go into YouTube here. I'm gonna go to my channel. I'm spamming my clicks. Oh, there it is. What am I doing here? All right, I'm boosting my views here by following this channel, but what I'm doing here is getting Ceph's account. Ceph, I have your account. I am sending you the collectible now. Jazzy Joe, enjoy him. Bam. All right, off to you. Enjoy that, Jazzy Joe. I appreciate you following along here, Ceph. I appreciate you guys that were all taking part there in the giveaway. It looks like everybody's saying Layer 1 is awesome. Everyone's saying congrats. So appreciate the community kind of welcoming Ceph in here and you know, giving him some congratulations. Guys, we're going to do that last giveaway here at the end of the episode. I got a ton of notifications here. I think Dimitri dropped Tune in NFTLive. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. So I'll wrap up the conversation here on GPK a little bit before we get to that giveaway later in the episode. Obviously, I still have some that are for sale. In total, I probably bought, again, 3 packs, $60. I probably returned 5x that up to this point based on all of my sales, right? So I've got that GPK pack that I sold for $60, and then I've got the rest of these cards here. So you see 19, 16. I think one's come on since we ended up selling a couple of these since the start of the show. But, you know, $8 here, $6 here. It's been a really cool process. Obviously, I'm super happy with the return there. Wish I bought more, could have returned much more. But I am, you know, interested to see how they handle that next sell. Let me know. I don't know. I'm sure I could find it on the Explorer, but let me know what cards you guys got that you are super hyped up about if it's a low mint. There's a couple of collector's editions that I was looking at, man. Let me go in here. So I'm gonna just search by TigerKing. But I think the collector's editions are some of the coolest items. So they're like 1 of 1, maybe 1 of 4. This is link is still claimable. Let me see. So I got a couple comments coming through here, guys. Looks like any observation saying here's an NFT to claim on Wax. Enjoy. Oh, and any observation? Dude, you're taking over my channel here with drops? Come on, man. I got my own giveaways to do here. Any observation? They plan to limit the NFT per buy, but listen to GPK Telegram community and made it unlimited. Thanks. Link is still claimable. Brandon saying, very cool hearing your experience getting early on that NFT sale. Congrats on the flips. Yeah, one thing I want to do is set up maybe an Excel spreadsheet. Maybe I could, you know, set up a couple images so I could pop into the episode and show you guys over time the return on the NFTs that I've collected. And I really think that's a cool process, right? Maybe you start with 1,000. You start with the paperclip, you get the house. You know how that works. But certainly I'm down because I'm a CryptoKitties buyer back in the day. But, you know, over the last probably couple months, whether it be crypto voxels or a couple other NFT, you know, plays, I've definitely returned some. You know, initial capital at least. So, and he's in the chat. He's saying, I'm giving you more love, sharing the Wax love for everyone. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping by. Log Hair saying, yeah, CEs are the best. Yeah, these are really cool, man. Like, could you imagine? I don't know if this is sold. Let's see what's sold. All right, so we had one, looks like collector's edition. This is I'm gonna put on my tinfoil hat here, okay? And Dimitri will follow me on this one because I know he loves tinfoil hats. But this is my tinfoil hat here. I remember the Gen 0 CryptoKitties selling for like 170K, and this is not even close. This is 3 years ago at this point. So the NFT space has had 3 years of growth, and still nothing comes close to that. Some of me believes this is wash trading, right? Like how you have $1,300. Certainly some of them, you know, could be sold, but what's stopping an anonymous account that's associated with the team? And again, I love Wax, everything, but if I'm a team member, what's stopping me from setting up an anonymous account and then buying and selling between that account. I don't lose any money, but it shows on the blockchain that this was purchased. So that's my tinfoil hat. If you guys want to follow me down that rabbit hole, you can definitely do so. It looks like only one of these collector's editions has sold, so we'll see what it does there. The packs looks like they're going for around 50 to 57. Yeah, 58. So around exactly where I sold them. We'll see. Standard packs going for 15. So yeah, I mean, there's a 2x there, 3x there to be had on standard and mega packs. Yeah, exactly. So Dimitri's got his tinfoil hat on with me. He's saying that CryptoKitty sale was the greatest marketing scheme. Why wouldn't you do it, right? Like, if you get caught, certainly if you get caught, that is a problem. But the anonymous nature of the blockchain, if you're creating a brand new account, I guess you could get into, most wallets don't KYC, right? So how are they going to know that that's the team members? So Series 1 collectors is sold for over 4K. Yeah, let's check out these Series 1. So guys, if this is your first time in GPK, which it certainly is not, I hate this part of the song. I have to move this, guys. Yeah, I wanted, if you look at our other content on layer 1, definitely is more fast paced. I wanted this to be kind of more streaming based, so I appreciate you guys sticking by and following along. So we've got the music in the background. If it's too loud, let me know, because I'm just trying that for the first couple times. We're constantly improving here on layer 1. So let's go back to all listings. Let's go back to cards, Series 1 collectors. So yeah, this is the one Enny's talking about here. He says Series 1 collectors sold for over 4K. This is the one here. Geeky Gary selling for 4,300. This isn't nearly the amount that the CryptoKitty was sold for, which was like somewhere in the vicinity of 100K, which just leads me to believe that it was somebody on the inside, and it worked, right? Like, it got that whole crypto, and it was honestly a net positive for the industry. So the fact that they did that and it gained so much notoriety and people FOMO'd in, and now the NFT space is where it is because some guy wash traded a Gen 0 CryptoKitty. So I'm not bashing on it at all. I've just got my damn, I've got my tinfoil hat on here. So Sarth is saying I'm new to GPK. Well, welcome. I'm sure there's a ton of people in the chat that could show you, and he's been a good source of information only in his brief time here. So if he's got sources for you to go and check out different things on GPK, I'm sure he does. So we're going to do this giveaway, guys, probably in the next 20 minutes. How far are we now? Let me check here how long we've been live. It looks like we've been live for 34 minutes. Holy shit. Okay, I'm going to hit the news really quick, guys, and I'm going to touch on some things. I'd love to hear you guys' comments on these different pieces of news around the NFT industry, right? Like, I use Play to Earn, so let me go to my Twitter really quick. This guy's a really good follow. He's a kind of a one-man shop there. Let's see, Play to Earn. Now this link doesn't work. I think in some of this, I wish I had the title it's like a really super weird website. You can see the URL here. So I wish he would solve some of that, but I use him for a lot of my NFT news. But we're gonna cover some NFT stuff here, guys, really quickly. So Animoca Brands announced a WWE partnership. Now Inway is the company behind WWE from a mobile gaming perspective, right? Like, they have the rights to provide mobile gaming WWE. Animoca Brands purchased Inway. So when they announce a partnership here, it's definitely more of a I wouldn't say it's fluff, but it's definitely something where it's like, Animoca Brands owns Inway, and Inway announced a partnership that, it's not two different entities saying, hey, let's get together. It's like, we're just kind of tying up loose ends here. We're kind of moving forward with the reason why we even acquired you to begin with. So we've got, in December 2019, Animoca Brands announced it acquired Inway for $7.6 million. As it goes along with a lot of the things that come out for Wax and a lot of the things that come out in the NFT industry right now, this is like common, right? Unfortunately, at this stage, we can't release more information regarding the partnership with WWE. Now, these are large brands that are coming out and partnering with the likes of Wax, with the likes of Animoca brands. So, they have to move a little bit slower, but, that's just the way it is. And I like to see these partnerships. I like talking about them, although there's not much actionable things we can do. It's still good to talk about them. So it looks like in March this year, the studio partnered with blockchain company Forte, which is building its services on the Ethereum blockchain. So good to see from Animoca brands. If you want to check out Animoca brands, because they're honestly probably I wouldn't say the single driving force, but one of the biggest driving forces, maybe even in the background of the NFT industry. Certainly there's a lot of like front-facing applications that are taking us forward. Axie's a good one. Wax and GPK is a good one, but Animoca brands behind the scenes, the partnerships they're making, the acquisitions they're making, how big of a brand they are, they're bringing a lot to the NFT space. So check out our interview with Yacht Sui. You can go to our channel and check out our conversation with him and virtual assets. He's one of the brightest dudes in the NFT space right now. Like if he wasn't so much in the background, he'd be our like Elon Musk, our Vitalik, I think. But I don't think that he is interested in taking that role. So good to see Animoca brands, doing a WWE partnership here. Hopefully we see WWE, collectibles on the I guess this is an Ethereum kind of play here since it's Animoca brand. So much like Sandbox and much like some of the other acquisitions they made, it's going to be Ethereum based. Let's see. WWE is good. What else does Animoca have? So Animoca, I can look up this. So Animoca brands has Sandbox. They have Formula One, which I think they show this on the front page of their website. But Sandbox is definitely their biggest play, right? Other than what they're doing, hopefully soon. As you can see, where is Sandbox here? Interesting. I don't know why they don't have Sandbox here, but they have it here. Animoca is going to be something where it's not what they're doing currently. It's what they're going to be doing in 2 years, right? Like if you can bring Mattel games, if you can bring all of the different brands that they've acquired, it's like they've slowly been whaling brands and companies. They've acquired all of these games and are planning to release all of them. Now, I don't know to what extent or how they're going to release each of these different games. They've definitely done so with the Formula One, but things like Sandbox, Mattel games, like these are all going to be like 2-year plays that they're kind of taking a long-term approach on. So next piece of news before we get to that giveaway, guys, near the end of the episode, which we'll hit again. Sandbox is Atari, yes. So Sandbox, that's a good question. What is the relation? That kind of skipped my mind. If anybody's in the chat and knows exactly, so Sandbox, I believe, has a partnership with Atari. I don't believe they are owned by Atari. I think they're a private company. I don't think they're... Let's see. I believe it's just a partnership, guys. So I don't think this is anything to do with Atari owning Sandbox. So, one of the cool things about Sandbox, and I show this every time we come on the show, is if you look at this map, certainly, obviously, Sandbox is not live yet. I'm looking forward to the release of this metaverse. Man, they're taking a while to kind of render this now, huh? So we've got the big Atari estate, correct? You guys see this? Everyone sees it. And what do you have right next to the Atari estate? What's that? What's that? That is Layer 1. We've also got one closer to the Roller Coaster Tycoon world. That will be interesting as well. This used to be right next to Roller Coaster Tycoon, and where you see this white line, and I talk about this every time on the channel too, where you see the white line, that used to be beachfront property, and then they added their moon sail, and then you see all of my neighbors now. So... Unfort, and we've got some spaces right next to Atari. It'll be interesting to see what their estate looks like. Obviously, it's one of the largest in the entire game, along with Tycoon, and looks like Whale Shark's got himself one. Not surprised there. So yeah, definitely interested to see. I'm going to be streaming a ton of these games as they start to come to fruition. In NFT streaming, kind of channel, I think, will look a lot different in a year, and I'm looking forward to that evolution. I think once these different worlds start to come to fruition and you start to be able to do things in these metaverses besides look at art, that is going to be super interesting. So back to the news, guys. Chronicles. So the company behind Chronicles, Planetarium. And now I haven't played this game at all, so I'm not going to get into that. But Planetarium, the game behind Chronicles, was taken up in this like starter lab setting with Ubisoft and I believe another company. It might have been Hashed. But basically they're in this like startup lab environment where they're kind of working or cooperating with Ubisoft. I think the team behind Axie Infinity 2 or whatever company owns Axie Infinity, they were in this starter labs role as well. So a bunch of these kind of blockchain games were taken and chosen as to be used in this startup lab environment where they can kind of work cooperatively. So it looks like Ubisoft is going one step further and announcing that they're going to be in an advisory partnership role. So it looks like they like what they saw from that startup labs environment. There's not much else. Obviously, I'm going to get to their sale here in a second. But it looks like they're just going to be cooperating to grow the gaming studio. Obviously, they have the pre-sale happening next week. I did not know about this one, so I'll be able to, as we go forward, guys, I'll give you the hot drops as they come out. But this is the second episode, so give me a little space here. Chronicles first pre-sale sold out. It looks like they raised $70,000 from 80 to 90 investors. Now, that's not that much per investor, honestly. It's really not. It's less than $1,000, obviously. So the term whaling can probably not be thrown around here, but certainly within that, how many of the top 10 of those investors ate up those $70,000? I would love to see more transparency in our industry and in this growing NFT industry about these different sales. So but it's good to see they raised 70,000. I think they're going to be they were Ethereum tokens, so people were able to purchase these NCG tokens on the Ethereum blockchain, and eventually when the game is live, what you'll see is a port over into the in-game currency. So they're going to essentially and I can read it here. I think they talked about it here. Look, according to data from Etherscan, somewhere between 80 and 90 people invested in the blockchain-powered role-playing game. The numbers aren't 100% clear because some people made multiple transactions. Let's see if I can't get to the point where it says Chronicles will be available on Steam when it launches as a free-to-play title later this year. I'm going to try to find that part for you. Here it is. Once main launches, the corresponding amount of NGC will be available and added to the investor's wallet. So that is essentially what's going on. I don't know if it's NCG or NGC. He said it twice here, so it looks like it might make sense for it to be NCG, so Chronicle game. So that's pretty much it, guys, for the news. The last piece of news, and I want to get let me get to the comments real quick because you guys left me some. Let's see. Sarth is saying he's new to GPK. Dimitri's saying tinfoil hats for everybody. He's throwing the top hat out there. Seth is saying thanks for the hat. Let's see. Chris is saying looks like a magic hat with 0 digital rabbits. So people are coming here expecting digital rabbit drops too. WWE is good. What else does Animoca have? Dimitri Chesney, bro, we got robbed at the beach. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. And they didn't even make it apparent. It was just one day I went into the map and there was this line, and then there was these gray areas where you knew it was going to be sold, and you got screwed. We lost our beach, but certainly we still have a beachfront in crypto voxels. Do I have to bring that up? Do I have to? I bring it up every time. I'm not logging in with my MetaMask. I don't feel like doing that right now. I see Mario and that Empire somehow being intertwined in the metaverse and involved with Wax really soon. Mario's part of Atari as well as Nintendo. They will be involved soon enough, even though Pokemon will come first. I honestly cannot wait for Pokemon and these bigger brands. Pokemon makes too much sense to not do on the blockchain and not have kind of crypto-based assets and NFTs through that company. It's going to take more successes like Topps. It's going to take more successes like we see, in Sandbox. So many companies are just selling out like instantaneously that it's going to take more of those, but those are going to happen quickly, and then the big companies will start to pay attention. One play that's not mentioned often because they're not public facing yet is Flow, and the team behind Dapper and CryptoKitties. The team behind Dapper and CryptoKitties is creating this blockchain, right? So they're not going to be tied to the Ethereum network. They said, no, we don't want to build on anybody else. We're going to build our own blockchain, which, is a good move. There's definitely, positives and negatives on each side. But the Flow network is going to be launching a lot of big brands. I can look this up really quick. Let's see. So Flow network. Oh God, I'm getting some algorithms and shit. Flow network, Dapper. That'll probably bring it up. What I'm really looking for here, guys, is the amount of partners they have. No, for builders. I'm looking for the partnerships and the acquisitions that they have made. It's the NBA, it's the NFL, it's all of these huge, absolutely huge brands that, if done correctly, is going to be, blowing the top off of this thing. And speaking of NBA tops, speaking of NBA, I have NBA tops. These are under the radar too. Let's see if I can find this. My buddy Mike Finch, who does Layer 1 with us, and I see, Richard, you're asking, can Bitcoin price go down due to hacks? We have Dmitry Chesnikov, who is another co-host of Layer 1. He does TA every Tuesdays and Fridays, 5 p.m. He's talking about Bitcoin price all the time. Definitely from a technical analysis background, so he's looking at charts. He's looking at trending, price action and things like that. So that's going to be a place you go. Mondays, we do like the fundamental analysis, so we're breaking down the news. So Monday at 1 p.m., so the same time NFTLive is on Thursdays. Monday, we do the news with me, Mike, and Dimitri, and basically we break down like fundamental news. So something like a Twitter hack and how that affects the price of Bitcoin. So keep your eye out for all those pieces of content. Obviously, you can subscribe. So I'm not going to show much more than that. I really can't find this NBA tops, but some of this is happening, and there are literal, huge amounts of selling going on within these NBA tops, and huge amounts of buying going on. I think all of the sales that they've done up to this point within NBA tops, and I can't, truly find it for you guys. I'm sorry about that. But if you kind of do your own research and search for NBA tops, you can, find what they're doing with different trading cards within NBA. So that's going to come to the Flow network, and that's a big boom for them. Guys, I missed this one shout out, but I did have one shout out for Bullionics. Now, I haven't, been associated with Bullionics, but they did do this giveaway of a Decentraland wearable that they were a part of the Decentraland World Cup. Everybody got 100. I guess each team got 100 mint of their like jersey in this crypto World Cup that they could play with, and now they're being gobbled up on the secondary markets. I've got a MetaFactory one myself. I'm gonna try to find. Let me go into OpenSea here. I'll sign in. Don't look. All right, so now you guys know my password. You can log in and see this for yourself. I've got my MetaFactory t-shirt here. I've got a couple other things. I obviously have that Crypto Voxels land that we can go into. But the reason I came in here was not to show off all of this stuff, but to kind of show off the different jerseys that are being bought and sold. So again, I have that MetaFactory shirt, but big shout out to Bullionics. It looks like they are doing NFTs with gold, which is an interesting concept. 3D digital collectibles backed by real gold. I appreciate everything that the jersey they sent. So I just wanted to give a shout out to them. They do. Let's see if we can go into their platform real quick. I guess they asked like different ideas on what coins looked really cool. looks like they can mint. So, I don't want to jump into this without, being ignorant on the platform. I don't want to kind of go through that too much. So I appreciate them kind of showing me some love and sending me over a jersey. I can find that here. So appreciate you guys on that. Anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. We've got like 45 minutes in. I'm about to do the next GPK giveaway. The only other thing, and this is kind of where I want to get your guys' input, fractional ownership via NIFTEX and what that means for NFTs. I don't want to talk too much on here. I want to get to the giveaway, and then I want to peace out here for you guys. I don't want to make this too long, but basically what NIFTEX has created is a non-fungible token market, and what they're able to do is shard NFTs. So in this first example, what actually happened was they were able to shard an Axie. So let's see if I can find the actual statement here. So Almace is definitely the Axie that was sharded originally. I'm going to see if I can't find it for you. But essentially this Axie was sharded. 10% of the Axie was put up for sale. And via NIFTEX, people are able to bid on owning fractional portions of Almace and these different NFTs. And it's important for a couple reasons, but definitely from like face value, what you're able to do, and it's the easiest one to sell to the wider public. What you're able to do is own fractional ownerships of really cool NFTs. So, for example, the owner of the $100,000 CryptoKitty Gen 0 could sell a fractional portion of that Gen 0, say for he raised $100K for it. Maybe some people think it's worth more now, and he could sell 10% of that, and that could be worth $100K, right? Shooting the value up, to around $1 million, and that gets to my other point. But I'm gonna use this article that NIFTEX put out as a really easy way because they explain it very, very, they break it down. The real important part to understand is I think they touch on more democratic, which is what I just said. Basically, you can have people own portions. You can say just like NFT art, right? If you own a fraction of the Mona Lisa, that's always kind of thrown around. Oh, I own the Mona Lisa, right? Like even though it's 0.001%, it's still democratic in the sense that it's giving the ability for people to own these really cool items. So that's essentially what it's saying by more democratic. More liquidity is interesting. I think if you go to NIFTEX, and let me see if they actually have. So what they're doing is essentially creating a market instead of NFTs being physical items like you would see on an OpenSea. So again, for the most part, other than collectibles and things like that, which is essentially the same thing. If I want to buy and sell an NFT, it's kind of hard for me to do so right now. Right, there's not like I'm looking, and certainly there are different features and all of these things. But if I want to, get all the important aspects of a good platform and a good terminal that a trader like Dimitri would need to make accurate decisions when they're trading, when they're buying and selling, these don't exist, right? Like I'm pretty sure like it has a 7-day. There's some features on here. There's some stats, but the only thing you're working with, if you're the average user, let me see if they even pull it up here, is the stats of like what's it been in the past 7 days. But there's not this like really, really interesting financial kind of kind of buying and selling markets like you see here, right? Like so now what we have is not only this NFT. Here's Almace. 10% of this NFT was sold. They had a ton of buyers. I think if we go back to it, within 5 hours, 21 people bought shares of ownership over Almace, which the exchange valued at $9,500 during the auction. Shares are worth 157% more. So regardless of what is happening, the phony Lisa sell on Atomic Assets. Atomic Assets is cool. I can go there. Let's see if we can't go to Atomic Hub real quick. Yeah, so again, this is going to be a browsing marketplace where you can go and you can see the different. If I go to details, they definitely have a good amount of information here. But what I'm looking for when I'm trading NFTs, or the future of trading NFTs, is almost like, and Dimitri can kind of school me here, where you're kind of where you're trading commodity. You almost look at the NFT like a commodity, right? And you're, instead of, trading and looking at pictures of corn, what you're doing is you're buying and selling the futures, and you're buying and selling these commodities via something that looks like a terminal that you would see in Bloomberg and things like this. So that's what I'm looking for NFTs when it comes to buying and selling liquidity. Maybe I don't want to actually own the actual NFT, but maybe I want to buy, and almost in a derivatives aspect, I think that the Almace can be, valuable in the future. These are all things that you can do now when you set up a platform and you have fractional ownership, and you do all of these things that don't exist in the normal, browsing marketplaces that you see. So it's a thing that kind of blows my mind a little bit. As you can tell, I'm super excited. But if I'm looking for crypto voxels, I'm in here. I think Collectibles does this, but like if I want to sell another Geeky Gary, it's like, where do I go? So you kind of have to, one by one. Shaw says, I think the concept sucks. Well, that is definitely your opinion, man. Come on, but that's your opinion. But anyways, back to the idea of fractional ownership, right? And I can get back to why it's important. Live valuations are another piece, and one of the main reasons why I think it's going to take strong adoption. So another example, when I'm looking at collectibles, when I'm looking at OpenSea, is I have to go back and really like manually process what the last sold item was, when it was. It's just a super clunky, very, very clunky process. So if I'm looking for my listings and I'm looking to sell a toxic exotic, right? Like this is my listing. So maybe I put it up for too much. Maybe I put it up for too little. What I need to then go to is all listings. I need to go to toxic exotic. I need to look at what's been sold. So toxic exotic number 83, 1609, what are these all selling for? And then I need to use all of this information to sell this one card. And it's really, not an easy process. So live valuations, if you have a situation where these fractional percentages of these NFTs are being traded, now you get a live valuation of what the total NFT would be, because all you're doing is doing the math there and figuring out what, if 10% is being traded like this is what the total, item is traded for. So many different things. There is one, I'll get to a couple comments before I touch on this last part. So Shah says, I think the concept sucks because you only hold a fraction of it. Yes, like bullion NFT. Shah says it only makes the NFT go higher in price, more expensive. Dimitri says NFT derivatives just get exposure to the price volatility is interesting. Yeah, that's essentially what we're talking about with this. The more liquidity, people can take more of an interest in NFTs without actually, going through the process that I just talked about. Oh, I have to how do I buy this? Am I valuing this wrong? And all of these barriers to entry to people who don't follow the NFT space. If I handed Dimitri cards of wax, GPKs that I just sold, how would he know what to value that at? He would have to do all of the different things, unless he had a price feed that showed fractional ownerships that actually showed the exact value of what it's being traded for at that moment. Shah says a good point. Who's going to buy them all? When we talked about fractional ownership on Layer 1 Live on Monday, because this story had already dropped by that point, that was Dimitri's opinion, right? Like, it's how do you manage? It would almost be like a Uniswap issue, right? Where you have all of these tokens and a market that's just like bone dry for 99% of them. And I think that will be the case. Like you'll have a few NFTs at first being able to be traded back and forth, the Gen Zero CryptoKitty being one of them. But like, is Joe, I don't want to say Joe Schmo because that's literally one of the cards, but is Joe Schmo's card going to be, able to be put on this marketplace and have any sort of liquidity? No, It's not going to be, at least in the beginning, for the long tail of those assets and those users. It's going to be mainly for these majorly traded assets, which kind of sucks. Like, now that I say it out loud, it definitely sounds like it's going to benefit whales more than it does the average user. But I like the liquidity aspect. I like the aspect of live valuations. Some people do want to own fractions of, things. If you, I'll give you an example. In the U.S., we have like NFL stadiums, and when NFL stadiums like collapse or they're renovated or there's a new one built, people actually take physical chairs from those stadiums and put them in their house as collectibles. So not only is that kind of a fraction of that stadium, I know people that take fractions of the chair, and they say this chair was in Lambeau Field before it got destroyed. So it's just like people do want to own fractional ownerships, but I agree with your point, right? Like, there's sometimes that makes no sense. It's like, I own 10% of this random ass NFT, and that doesn't make sense. So all good points, guys. I love the comments that you guys are throwing at me. I love the back and forth. The only thing that they have to figure out, and this is where it gets kind of weird, is this buyback, right? So the buyout clause, right? This thing, I could see NFT owners getting trapped by this, although most of the people who used NIFTEX will be, more experienced in their trading. So Waxplorer, let's see. Dimitri says NFT derivatives just get exposed to the price volatility is interesting. Chris says go to Wax Explorer, and then we're talking about Wax Explorer. I know everyone trying to show off how high they can sell an NFT. Wax Explorers, yeah, that's what happens. Wax Explorer for your toxic exotic. I know the trend. Wax Explorer question. So a ton of Wax Explorer being thrown around. Chris is saying a good example, Wrigley Field and Boston Red Sox and Old Yankee Stadium. Yeah, you literally have fractions of these stadiums that people that are essentially like super valuable too, right? Like they're definitely a portion, which is a debate that I'll probably get to here on the next NFT Live. There's something that me and a couple other guys, but mostly myself, are working on, that we have in the works, on something that people within the NFT space aren't talking about right now. And that is a feature of NFTs that isn't discussed at all. Everyone always talks about, who owned these NFTs, but we'll touch on that another day as I'm prepared to roll that different, side project out. So without further ado, guys, GPK giveaway here in a second. Get as much people in here as possible, because we're going to drop one. You guys get to choose, although you're not going to choose my prisms anymore. The last thing I wanted to get to, and you got to make sure that you follow me as well. Last thing I want to get to, buyout clause. So with this buyout clause, it looks like they've set up this kind of like fail safe, right? Like if you do this NFT fractional ownership piece with your NFT, you lose custody of the NFT. Like, you can't be able to trade a full NFT if you're gonna put this out there for people to trade and things like that, and you can't sell a full NFT if you only have really own 90% of it. So you lose custody. It goes into a smart contract. But basically, you need a way to get that out. And they've done this buyout clause, but I don't know that this is my one worry about this whole process. So basically, what they said is it makes sense that owning 100% of the fractions would give you access to the underlying NFT. But once these fractions have spread out across the market, it is an almost impossible task to reacquire all of them. True. The buyout clause ensures that person X, so maybe the original owner, can recover 100% fraction if they make an acceptable price offer for the fractions. If the offer is not acceptable, person X can be bought out at the offer price instead. The buyout clause is inspired from tried and tested traditional governance clauses. So I wonder what you guys think about that buyout clause. It sounds like someone can get really, really screwed in this. I don't know like what the governance is and what the decision process is, or the what word am I looking for here? Dispute process. Say like someone buys this percentage of the NFT and then dies, and then the original owner wants it back. Well, that one guy owns 0.001%, but it still doesn't create a whole NFT. How do you go about those processes? So that's something they're 100% going to need to work through. But guys, you stayed in here for a good amount of time. I appreciate all the conversations. ton of good good chats and good comments in the channel. We definitely appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into it. I've got all these stories I gotta kind of break away here. Yeah, Atomic Hub is definitely nice. All right. So if you weren't here in the beginning, we use collectibles. Saeed has created a really cool interface here for collectibles. So I'm using this. I will be able to send a random user. Steph got the first one. We are going to choose the next one. So I've got all listings here. This is basically the full marketplace for non-toxic exotic GPK cards. Awesome. Oh, looks like a big one. 172 for a base 8. All right, there's either a really dumb investor out there, or this market's about to blow up, or I'm just a really bad seller. So, all right, guys, I'm going to my listings. You guys are going to choose. So the chat is going to, Dimitri, think about a phrase that they can say and direct message me that on Telegram. That way we can drop it once we drop this card. But until then, guys, I've got my listings. These are all of the cards that I still technically own, although they're still on the market. I have all of these. You're not getting any of the prisms. I already gave out a prism, guys. But one of these base cards I will give away. So you guys choose. Throw it in the comments. Let me know which one you think that can be given away, and it shall be given. And then one random person will end up winning a GPK card. Low mint, by the way. So we'll wait for that. Dimitri will have a phrase here in the in Telegram shortly, if he is in fact still on the call. No comments coming through, guys. If you want this GP, okay, I got one. I got Batty Baskin. I need a couple more so I can choose from, and then I'm gonna choose a term here that Dimitri sends over that we can use. He's sending it now. I see him writing. I've got some Batty Baskins, guys. What's going on? I need more. This GPK giveaway is not happening. I hear Batty Baskin. Cool Cat Carol. I need at least one more option from someone else other than Sarth and Chris, and then I will choose from that, and we will see what we can do. Assassin card, hottest seller. Assassin card. I don't know if I have that. I don't know if I'm cool enough to own that. All right, Dimitri sent over a good one. Oh, we got some comments in the Telegram channel. Let's see. Okay, so Luke is saying Baskin. So I think we might have to go to Baskin. Luke, I'll get you that invite to our private Telegram group here in a second. That is the lads group. All right, I've got the term. Dimitri sent it over. So we're going to give away, let's see. We're going to give away Baskin here. Ooh, guys, I can't give away Baskin. She's a prism. Come on now. I can't do Baskin. So we'll still get you that link, Luke, but I can't do Baskin. I'm hearing Roasted Rick. Roasted Rick's a prism, guys. Listen, these are low mints. I already gave away the prism at the beginning. Okay, you know what? I'll do a prism. I'll do a prism. Hold me to it. So we got Batty Baskin, Cool Cat Carol, and Roasted Rick. Those are the options. Batty Baskin's 5. Man, you guys are greedy, man. Yeah, they're really trying to shake me down, man. I'm still kind of okay. Roasted Rick's 11, and he's a prism. Cool Cat Carol. Where's Cool Cat Carol? Do I even have a Cool Cat Carol? Come on now. Guys. By the way, some insider trading back and forth would lose 10% of fees on every trade using most marketplaces. Kafer came in with and dropped the mic, dude. That is a great point. I know OpenSea has an ability to have a private transaction where the fees aren't actually like taken. I think there's like a low percentage, maybe 1 or 2% taken by the original creator. So like in a crypto voxels trade, that you would still send 2% to Ben, then the team over at Crypto Voxels, but OpenSea doesn't take anything. So, and that would still show up as a transaction as being sold. I don't know how that works on collectibles. So we'll see. Going back to this giveaway, guys, you guys are, why don't you choose one yourself? Cause Shah, I'm in here with the community, man. This is for you guys. It's not for me. I'm here to, give back a little bit. So I kind of want to get that opinion. So from the options that were given, there is no Cool Cat Carol, so I can't give that. Batty Baskin or Roasted Rick. I got a ton of lounging Leos, man. All right. I can't part with the two that you asked me to give. I really can't, guys, but I will do this. I will give you a Prism. I will give a lounging Leo away. These are still very valuable. I'll even give you my not most valuable lounging Leo, but my second most valuable lounging Leo. I'm gonna unlist it here, so cancel listing. You guys are shaking me down too much. This is my only Roasted Rick and a 5 Prism Batty Baskin. You got to be kidding me, guys. If you maybe on like the anniversary episode, we can do something like that. But just a second episode here, I can't be losing all my value. Okay, so I've got the message from Dimitri here. The message is, now, if you guys don't know about this, LADZ, L-A-D-Z, Layer 1 Autonomous Digital Zone, this is the name for our community. So whenever a lad sees another lad, what's up, lads? That's what we say. So this is what I'm going to have you do. You're going to type into the chat, go lads, go, space, L-A-D-Z. I'm going to pick one from, yeah, you're right. OpenSea is not on wax. All right, I'm going to pick one of those people that say, go lads. And then we're going to give away this lounging Leo. So, boom. While you do that, I think my music stopped. Oh no, I'm watching that. See, Luke's cheating right now. Luke's trying to get my favor by messaging in our Telegram community. So we'll see. Guys, I got go lads. I need to hear go lads in the comment. I'm going to choose one, and we'll see where we go. Go lads, go. All right, love that, man. Brandon's in the chat. Chris is in the chat. Chris is saying it again. Seth, you can't win twice. You know this. Luke is definitely trying to front run, man. Although I love his energy. Guys, I'm going to leave this up to chance, okay? Let's see. I don't even know. But some people commented twice. The number generator wouldn't work. Let's see. All right, guys. Chris got it. Chris Arwood, you're going to get this collectible here. Congratulations. A ton of people in the chat, guys. You guys killed it today. I'm going to be doing other giveaways. I promise you. NFTLive is not going away. So if you guys continuously come into the channel and you aren't winning, eventually you will. I promise you. Because these guys that have already won, they're not going to be necessarily up for the win. So I know that a ton of people were commenting. Only a couple could win. So thank you, guys. Chris, send over your wax address, and I'll get you that lounging Leo. So appreciate everybody that kind of commented along. Thank you. Chris, you want me to spin the wheel now? You already won. Come on now. That's pretty much it, fellas. Chris is going to send over his comment. Thank you for following along. This has been a great time. Again, guys, this is the second NFT live that we've ever done. Dimitri sent me a ton of cool templates I can use to kind of spice up the look of the stream. This is definitely like more of a streaming piece of content than our other news, like interviews and live news and things like that. So Dimitri sending me a ton of stuff. So I'm going to spice up NFT Live. We're going to continuously do these giveaways. Just subscribe to the channel. Hopefully we can grow in this NFT ecosystem together. I guess the last thing, let me send this over to my man. All right, Chris, I'm taking this one. Sell now. Come on now. Yo, what's going on here, man? Doesn't look like that is an actual address. Thank God it didn't get sent out to the ether. Send me the actual address. Maybe I'm making a mistake there. It definitely has been fun, man. If you guys want to follow along, the Lads community is essentially right now it's a Telegram group that it kind of is made, and where we kind of discuss crypto, discuss blockchain. A lot of really awesome people in that chat that are kind of within the crypto community, and we're having a fun time experiencing it together. So that link is going to be in the description and after the video's live if it's not already. Let me see if I can't edit and put this in. Actually, let me just get that. And Luke's trying to send me his address here. Hold on. Awesome. All right, guys, so I just dropped that link to our Telegram channel. Basically what that is like a purgatory. It's like a waiting room to get access to our private community, which is the Lads channel where all the lads kind of hang out together. So if you want to join that link, go ahead and click the link. Me and Dimitri will get you set up in the Lads community, and maybe you can be a lad yourself. So what's going on, Chris? I'm trying to figure out. So is this part of the address? I want to make sure before I send it next time. Yeah, but guys, this has been awesome, and it's almost an hour and 11 minutes. Good God. This is way longer than I wanted to make, but you guys have made this a great time. Before I get off here, I want to get this information from Chris, and then we will pop off here. So let's see. Kafer is actually asking me what my favorite one has been. It's interesting. You have to differentiate between favorite and most valuable. I think there are some ways where you can see the most valuable that have been like kind of obviously valued on the market. I'm trying to get to my listings real quick. I think like Schmo Exotics, so anything to do with Carol Baskin or Joe Exotic, I think are going to be a little bit more valuable inherently. But as far as like an image and what my favorite is, I enjoy the prisms. I think they're a cool idea. As far as just from like a visual perspective and an aesthetic perspective, I like Roasted Rick. That was one of the reasons I couldn't give it away. Yeah, it's a wax claw wallet, man. I'm trying to. So is there another process? Admittedly, I'm not like. I haven't been in the wax community for years now. So if I transfer item, I tried to send it via. So transfer one item. I have that up. So I'm not going to click confirm transfer, but is that what should be added in? The last time I did that, it said that nothing was able to be sent. So let me know and I'll be able to send that over still. Again, back to that original question. I liked Roasted Rick. I think like that is like the coolest imagery that I've seen. There's a couple others. Let's see if we can't go through. Jet and James seems to be a really cool card. Yeah, I like Jet and James. I like Roasted Rick. The Joe Exotics are always going to be super cool, and they're going to be, I think, favored a little bit more, just because of the nature of who they represent. Chris said, "Okay, Luke wins." What? So wait, what's happening here? I don't want to not give you the card. You rightfully won. I chose the name. What? Is that an actual address? Or is Chris Luke's burner? That's what we have to have the discussion here. Is Chris Luke's burner? Yeah, like this is one I would actually shell out cash for, not $1,000. All right, I'll try it one more time. Oh, there you go. Boom. Chris, it looks like it's sent. Let me know if you got it, man. That is the last giveaway that we're going to do on the channel. I could leave this stream up for like another hour, honestly, and you guys are, you can try, Sar said you can try my address. Got you one more Roasted Rick. Kafer, I don't know what that means. Are you sending me things right now? What's going on? My man sent me, look at this. Appreciate you. That's an amazing, there's multiple giveaways that have now gone on NFTLive. This is an amazing stream. This has been a great time, guys. You know, it's one of the first times that I feel bad ending a stream, but at some point we need to hop off here. Thank you again, Kay, for joining the Layer 1 community channel that I dropped there, and we'll get you access to the lads. Appreciate you sending over a Roasted Rick, man, and you know, I got to think of a cool slogan to sign off with, but NFTs are something that's going to be huge in the coming years, and I can't wait to kind of traverse that space with you guys. So really appreciate you guys stopping by, and thanks.